Hey guys, so this video is going to be about oxygen throughout the body, how oxygen is brought into the body and is traveled around kind of things. The first thing we're going to look at is the respiratory system, which is how we get oxygen into our lungs, pretty much. A more detailed look into it, we need a little guy. We're bringing back Steve from the digestive system. We need Steve again. Come on, Steve. Steve shall... Oh. Okay, so I'm no artist. Steve shall live again. Here's Steve's hair. He looks fantastic. Okay, so oxygen is brought in to the body through the nose or the mouth, the nasal cavity kind of thing, or the oral cavity. It's all connected, but into the nose or in through the mouth. And then it goes down to the back of the throat, which is called the pharynx, and then down to the larynx. And then there's what's called the epiglottis, which is the flap of skin that separates the trachea and the esophagus. So it's what prevents food from going down into the lungs. So we're going to go down the other way, this time into the trachea. Going down into the trachea is kind of like behind the esophagus, I think. We're going into, well, okay, so we'll call this our trachea. Whew. Okay, yeah, it's going to get separated into two tubes. Okay, so these are called the bronchus tubes. Bronchi. And those get separated, well, like, this is our lung, and this is another lung, and those get separated into smaller tubes, which are called bronchioles, something like that, spelled that way at least. And each one of these tubes ends in the alveoli. That's totally not how you say that, but it's spelled that way, so we're going to go with it. Alveoli. Anyway, those are really kind of like little sacs that hold air. And around those sacs is epithelial tissue, which is basically tissue that allows for gas exchange. So this tissue is letting it go into the bloodstream, which the blood then picks up that oxygen. And what it does is it brings it to the heart. And that brings us into our next system, which is the circulatory system, which is very close with our respiratory. Where's our circulatory? Circulatory. Okay. So the circulatory system is our heart. That's what our heart does. Okay. I'm looking at a drawing right now, so let's make sure it kind of looks similar. A little bit. It's like aorta. 1, 2. Oh, it kind of looks like a rock star. Watch me draw a heart. You guys enjoying the video? Just watching me draw a heart. I think it's fantastic. It's very fun. Is it even right? Yes. Haha. That's a thing. This is a thing. There's another thing here. There's a separation thing here, thingy here, thingy here. Does that look similar? Okay, that's the heart we're working with today. Who is texting me? Oh, it's my friend. She likes to send me podcasts. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna have to... Do you guys know how to mute an iPad? Because I don't. So we're gonna have to just shove it under everything and hope it doesn't make a sound. Anyway, back to the video. We're going to go show how blood travels through the heart to be able to bring oxygen everywhere. So first thing that happens is deoxygenated blood goes through veins. Okay, and veins bring them through both the superior and the inferior vena cava. That's this thing here is the inferior vena cava. And this one is the superior this like tube thing here, okay? And what that's going to do is it's going to bring it in to the right atrium. Atrium. I don't know how to say that. Again, I don't know. That's how it's spelled. Atrium. It goes, that's this thing. This is the right atrium. I know it is on our left, but think about it. It's the person's right. Okay? The right atrium. And then it goes into the right ventricle. A good way to remember this is this looks like a V, and this can kind of be made into an A. Nice. And then it goes to the pulmonary artery, which is like this thing here, out there. And it brings, this is the deoxygenated blood, so oxygen poor, missing oxygen. It's going to bring it to the lungs. This goes to the lungs. This is an artery. Artery means away. A for artery, away from the heart. Okay? This is bringing it to the lungs, and then the lungs bring it back. And the lungs bring it back through the pulmonary veins, because the veins go towards that, you know. And it goes through like these thingies. I think that's one. Ooh, my own drawing's messing me up. Okay, whatever. It goes through the pulmonary veins is the point. And then to the left atrium, which is this one. So it goes through the left atrium, then to the left ventricle, and up through this big tube thing here. It's just called the aorta, and brings it out through arteries. Arteries go away. Fun, fun, fun. I want to go take a quick minute to go over that, actually. The different kinds of blood transportation, blood vessels. That's a more scientific word. Different kinds of blood vessels. The first one is arteries, right? Artery can be remembered as away. Then there's veins, which go towards the heart. So artery goes away from the heart, veins go towards the heart, and then there's this thing called capillaries. And what those do is they combine both veins and arteries together to allow for gas exchange in between. The gas exchange being oxygen, either oxygen poor or oxygen sufficient blood. So like, well, oxygen and then CO2. So like, you know what we breathe out to get it back out of the lungs? That's that kind of thing that the things transfer, the vessels, the blood vessels. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank y'all for watching.